Well, hello there. I feel good. Yep, I do. Feel real good. I'd like to point some things out to the congregation. Want to say shouts out to everybody that subscribed to the page. I want to say shouts out to everybody out there. Don't forget to hit the like button coming through the door. Yes, sir. We are back. Don't forget to also subscribe, hit the like button, all of those good things above. Now, there's always been talk. Hit the like button though, because they gotta know you like the video. What's up, Uncle Frank? People want to talk about the Pistons' fourth quarter collapse, or other than that, aka the referee screw job. All because LeBron James lost his mind. Isaiah Stewart would have crushed LeBron James and balled him up and threw him into a doggone hoop. LeBron threw a doggone elbow, and he was deliberate in throwing that elbow. He deserved to be ejected. He was out of control. But his ejection is what helped the team play better. He was the problem. They was inspired once he was out of the way. When is he going to realize he's not part of the solution? He's part of the problem. People thought I'd be happy LeBron got ejected. I'm like, no, I want him in the game. Had he remained in the game, it would have ended differently. Well, let's get to our beloved Chicago Bulls, who just got through beating up on the New York Knicks. Oh, it's going to be traffic galore now going home. But this is good traffic. Everybody's celebrating beating on them no good Knicks. Kobe White returns and closes the show. Put up 10 points in the fourth quarter and really gave them some support when they was about to jag the damn game to the Knicks. They wouldn't have liked me had they lost that game to the Knicks. And we'll just win 2 more against the Knicks, and that'll be it. Close them right on out. Now, somebody's going to ask, what is wrong with the New York Knicks? Very easy. Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker is the reason, and a lot of reasons, the New York Knicks is going to implode. I told you about the Knicks and why they were losing all those games and skidding and going out of control. Now that they're going to turn on Tibbs. Most of those guys are like, oh, man, coach going to work us to death. Yep, Tibbs going to work you to death. You don't get to take plays off and be on his court. Derrick Rose is coming in the game in the fourth quarters. And poor Derrick Rose, he got to play his heart out in his 30s. Because the young boys ain't got it in them to get it done. R.J. Barrett. And I think this is going to stunt OB's. OB Topping is a lot better and needs a lot more freedom than what they're giving him. They're making him almost like a junkyard dog player. And I'm like, he's way better than that. He can have the ball on the perimeter and take guys off the dribble and explode to the basket. You need that. You got guys like rolling like robots. And he can only get balls like alley-oops and stuff. I'm like, wow, really? Yeah, the Knicks were 5-1, and now look at them. They have one of the worst win percentages in this month of November. That's how awful they've been. I don't know who they could have got him in the ring with, to be honest. Who could they have gotten in the ring to go up against the Chicago Bulls tonight? I couldn't name you one person where that would have been successful. Zach LaVine can take those guys off the dribble and get towards the basket. And tonight, he did what he needed to do. Get close to the basket. We don't need you taking wild threes. We're not going to lose to the Knicks after they just lost to Orlando. You lost to Orlando. We're going to bounce back. You lost to Orlando. There is no bounce back. I feel like, what's that, Apollo Creed? There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. This is when the team starts to implode and turn on each other. Everybody start turning on themselves. This is when that moment happens. See, people think losing is just a game and then you go and everybody's spirits are up and you play another game. No, people get tired of losing. It is a mental beatdown process. And once you get so far where you just keep getting beat and you're trying to do new things to get it to work, people start shutting down on each other. You start blaming somebody who ain't doing their job. Look at the Sacramento Kings. It was obvious they didn't want Luke Walton to be their head coach anymore. Luke completely lost the team. They didn't want him to start the new season. They got off to a hard start, and they started giving Luke all the credit. Like, oh, they're playing a lot better. Luke got these guys ready to go. Luke don't have anybody ready to go. They don't like Luke Walton. There's a lot of players in this league that just don't like him. They think he's disgusting. But his father has connections in his father has connections. When your father is Bill Walton, and it's not that Bill Walton has connections with the NBA, it's his connection with UCLA. And UCLA, basically that basketball program runs Los Angeles basketball program. Recruiting, talent, whatever. And Walton has a lot of pull. So you're not going to tell him his son has to actually go out and get a job. He's got to actually prove he's a coach. You're not just going to put him in the assistant coach and head coach position when he hadn't earned it. Well, I'll tell you this. There are so many different ways you can lose your identity. There's so many different ways you can lose everything that you put in play as far as, I need this to be this. I need that to get to this level. I need that to extend to this. You're doing so much work and you're overextending yourself. The Chicago Bulls have so many different people that can alleviate stress or alleviate the pressure. Zach LaVine would have probably been traded. He probably will. I don't know if the Bulls going to keep him after this year. Do you pay Zach LaVine all that money? Yeah. But now he's a rejuvenated player because the problem is you have a lot of people that's in place that's there for one reason. They're there to complement Zach LaVine. DeRozan is a player that complements his game. He doesn't get away of it. So you see LeBron, the reason why he's getting ejected and frustrated and all this stuff, because he's playing with Russell Westbrook. And when you're playing with Russell Westbrook, who you wanted, you start to see the team implode. They start coming apart at the seams. Hey, thanks for the super chats. I appreciate that. The Cash App is Carcino if you don't super chat. I get it. It's all good. Westbrook. Meaning that they both play the same position. If both of those guys play the same position, this is going to Malice in the Palace Part 2. He's at they won because they felt sorry for LeBron. Oh my God. Of course LeBron was shook. You can't be doing that in the D. Welcome to Detroit, partner. They just watched BMF too. They charged. There are so many different people out here making different, inceptions about what they think. Do I think LeBron gets suspended? No. That's what the ejection was for. So they could say, well, we ejected him. Gotta have him on the floor. They're a 500 team. Even though it's early, they're a 500 team. And they're really not a good team where you could just say they're gonna beat the good teams. They can't beat the teams that got losing records. They have become very entertaining to watch. Just for that fact alone. That they can't even keep the teams that shouldn't be whooping them from whooping them. Like, they've been looking really bad. Well, you want to fight an NBA player that play in Detroit? If you play for the Pistons and the Pistons be losing every night, do you think you want to fight somebody that lose every night? They like, I already got my check. Yeah, let's go. Do you really want that? You think LeBron wanted a piece of Isaiah Stewart? I don't think so. Oh, of course he intentionally threw that elbow. And Isaiah got every right to intentionally bury a foot in his behind. You got to look at the timetable of everything. When you start looking at where the Lakers are and where the Chicago Bulls are, and you start saying, man, so you know you was right because you said it at the beginning of the season. You said where the Chicago Bulls was going to be. You stated all of these things because you saw it happening. It's the truth. That's one thing they can't say I didn't do is see this happening. I saw it. I saw where the Bulls was going to be. Who's going to win it this year? Hopefully Brooklyn. But really, anybody but the Bulls. But LeBron. I ain't got to worry about the Bulls winning it. They're not going to win the NBA championship. They won't even go. If everybody's talking Golden State, now I don't know if Adam Silver Slipper is comfortable with letting LeBron sit out this NBA season and not go to the finals. I don't know how well that's going to sit over with your spoiled baby. I know, but see, what does that look like for young guys who coming into their own like Cade Cunningham? Right, and he's got to look at you as the face of the league. That little kid was probably not even born or just a baby when you started playing your first game, LeBron. You're playing now against kids that were born when you took your first dribble in the NBA. And they're looking at you at the face of the like, man, this is LeBron I'm going against. Act like you're acting on the court. It's disgraceful. Scared man, bro. Scared man, bro. Scared man, bro. He was scared. You know how somebody faking aggression? That was fake aggression. He was in complete control. He wanted people to be in front of him. He wanted people to protect him at all costs. Because I swear, it could have went up. Lakers don't have any tough guys. Y'all got a lot of millennials. Pistons got people that's bred for this. Just being in Detroit gets you ready for it. Oh, I know. And the poor Knicks. The poor New York Knicks. The Knickerbockers. Let's address the giant elephant in the room. The Boston Celtics, I said, would finish better than the Knicks. Everybody thought I was trolling. Now everybody is seeing all the talent that is on the New York Knicks and how well they started the season, and they're imploding because teams are now paying attention on how to beat the New York Knicks. The team will self-destruct because that team is not together. Everybody's playing as individuals. There's groups out there on the court. Kemba Walker is a team killer. I told people this, they didn't believe it, now they know. I tried to tell LB, who didn't think that the Knicks should have paid the money for Dennis Schroeder. I said Dennis Schroeder is worth every penny compared to what you're gonna pay for Kemba Walker. You pay cheap, you get cheap results. Damn, Schroeder, damn sure look good playing against the doggone Lakers. Doing whatever he wanted to do. They got no one to guard him. Distributing the ball, what have you. The Celtics' problem is not Dennis Schroeder. Celtics' problem has always been Brown and Tatum. And now that Brown's been out, Tatum is playing well because he knows he doesn't have to pass the ball around. Brown is great, but when you got two players that are the same, this is the scenarios that you're stuck with. Dennis Schroeder would have helped the Knicks because he can get to the other level. He's just not looking to shoot and jack up threes. Kemba Walker is a small two guard. Defensively, he's not going to shut anyone down. and he's going to be hurt. Now you're going to be out of a point guard. Then he has the worst plus-minus ratio of anybody on the New York Knicks. But LB said he would rather have Kemba Walker than Dennis Schroeder on the team. Outlaw, LB's on trial. It's time to get him ready for trial. Because he's going to really have to explain that. He's talking about we got him for the low. There's a reason you got him for the low. You got him for the low because the low is where he is. If you want to move forward, you have to pay to play. Look, players know what's what. They do. Players know when their time is up. They can front all they want. They can try to fool people, deceive the masses, do all of these foolish trickery acts. But at the end of the day, they know they're going to get beat. Most of these guys cave in if they see it get to a certain point. If the Lakers would have lost to Detroit tonight, oh, there'd have been a lot of conversations in that locker room. That locker room would have looked a lot different. That's all I'm saying. That locker room would have looked a lot different. See, the Lakers' problem is that their mind is in the future. Their mind is on All-Star break. Like, we're going to hit the pedal, and then we're going to hit the gas, and we're going to go. We're going to really start to pick it up. Let's just get our team together and play these games. But when you play like that and have that mentality, you're going to end up hitting that gas, hitting that pedal, and there ain't going to be nothing in the tank. Guys are going to be spent. Guys are going to be injured. The Lakers have had 4 athletic trainers. The team trainer, I would never take that job. LeBron has got them fired. Why is that? Why does LeBron have him fired? Because they need someone to blame. We had a lot of injuries last season. Oh well, that's because you're an old team. You got your own. If I'm that Lakers training staff person, I'm like, look, LeBron has his own people that train with him. He got $1 million he spent on his body. He wants to look the part. That's great. Look the part. Look like you the McGilla Gorilla Killer. But I'm going to tell you right now, when you get on the court, everything's going to show up. Contrary to what people believe about players in the NBA, the players in the NBA end up disliking or hating and can't stand players that are on their own team more than players that are on other teams. Why? Because they see these guys every day. And you mean to tell me the New York Knicks, kumbaya? That everybody on the New York Knicks love Tibbs? Everybody likes the idea and the direction that they're going. Give it a couple of more losses. People are going to start asking for jobs. Is Tibbs lost control? Then if Barrett's your man, why are you going to Derrick Rose in the fourth quarter? Why is Derrick Rose closing out your games? If I got a bench player that's got to close my games out because my starter can't get it done, we have problems. Because my guy that's on the bench, he can't really start anymore in this league. He doesn't have the capacity of energy in his lungs for him to be a starter anymore. And he's well accepted that. He just wants to remain healthy. Yeah. That's loser mentality. At least we just got the W. I'm proud of it. You got to think big picture. Big picture is what? Championship. How do you get there? Not the steps that they've taken. The Brooklyn Nets lost Kyrie Irving. They're out there. Are they crying? You now could go into a Grizzlies game and there's no problems. None whatsoever. So expect mandates to start being lifted. What could the Knicks do to get better? First, you need to change your lineup, B. Someone needs to talk to Randall and say, Randall, you need to go back to being the explosive guy you were. Trust the fact that we'll get you the ball right where you need it. So the only way that happens if he plays with a point guard. All right? Maxey and guys like that, they're ready to play. Trust your talent. Some of your bench guys should be your starters or your main guys. They should be getting more minutes. They need to have some players get shaped. RJ Barrett needs to be shaped and molded. He looks like a Canadian playing American football. Problem is, He's not a football player. He's a basketball player. Now, he has some good moments, but he's not a guy that likes physical activity. I've seen that in Barrett. Obi Topping needs to be brought into his element a little bit better. Meaning that he needs to be highlighted a lot more than just a player that catches the ball and don't have space to work and take you off the dribble. Obi could do that. Obi Topping could actually do that. He's not just an alley-oop dunker. If you turn people into these things, they start to diminish. Their skill just evaporates, and then they're gone. Tibbs, his thing is he runs basketball camp like a sweat camp. It's like a sweatshop. He is definitely standing on people's necks and dictating. Once you get to the point where you're dictating and you're pointing out other people's flaws, you're dedicating the negative energy, the negative responses. You're doing the things the wrong way, completely the wrong way. And Tibbs has got a lot of anger, and he knows the game. He knows what players should be doing, rotating, working together. But the Knicks players don't really, they're not tight. And when you guys don't have that bond, it shows out on the court. You know, you can tell guys ain't reaching out to other guys. Some guys are. Maxey, that's somebody the Knicks should be trading, man. I'm trying to tell you, Maxey is the guy that they should be trying to get over there. I would be trying to get Maxey over there with the Knicks. That's what they need. They need Maxey out there. You got guys like that kind of energy. You need him on guys that can turn. Maxey on the Knicks, that's all you need. That's not 2-hour drive. They need to start making trades. If you can get away with trading Kemba Walker for Maxey, do it tomorrow. How you have the worst plus minus of anybody on the team. Of anyone on the New York Knicks, and you're the point guard. That makes no sense to me, how a point guard can have the worst plus minus on the team. Well, unfortunately, man, there are a lot of different instances where people make the wrong people make the wrong perceptions on where a person is talent wise. It happens. It's not. I mean, it's not a. It's not 100% accurate thing. You don't know what a player could actually be. Sometimes an NBA player does not flourish in a system that you might think would be good for him. You might say, "Oh, this is a good system where he can shine," but that person don't shine, and you just don't know why. You start saying to yourself, "Man, why this person didn't take off?" Because it's probably the wrong system for him. Then you become comfortable in a role that they've assigned you to, that it diminishes your game. Now, Draymond Green, his basketball IQ, for example, is one of the best in the world. And because of his basketball IQ, his knowledge, his approach to the game, he's able to sustain a lot easier because of his knowledge of the game. He knows how to do the other things that the team needs from him rather than him going out scoring 20, 30 points a game. He knows I can sacrifice that because the team needs me to do other things. But he's lucky he's playing on a team that's already successful. When you play on a team that's already successful, this is the norm. This is normal. But there's a lot of players who got lured into playing a role and they never could. Their offensive game suffered. You saw Draymond Green, who used to can score 20-some points a game, 16 points, what have you. He used to shoot more threes, but wasn't what the team really needed from him. But his offensive game has suffered. Now when he goes in for a layup, it looks so unorthodox because he hasn't been really working on shooting. He hasn't been working on his offensive game or being aggressive. He's being aggressive only to distribute because he's playing on a team that already knows his identity. Because they won championships early. Back home, back in the field, back in my element. Well, the main problem that I see for the Lakers is the same thing. The Lakers are the same as the Knicks, except for they have high expectations of winning a championship because of LeBron James. So their whole thing is championship or bust. Now, if they don't make it this year, oh, it's over. The ride is over. The Lakers can't be doing it next season. Oh, we're gonna load the team up and we're gonna get all these guys. Nope, that's over. You got all these 1-year players. They're gonna get out of there. Next year, what you gonna do? Grab Buddy Hield again, and you're gonna find that most people can't play with each other based on styles. I seen Rodney Hood lose his whole identity because he's a wing player put in a wrong type of situation where he was a 2 guard. But they saw in practice that Donovan Mitchell, the Utah Jazz saw that Donovan Mitchell was just incredible and he's going to need the ball. But Donovan Mitchell can't flourish because he has Rodney Hood in the way. And in practice, they saw in preseason, Rodney Hood and him was not vibing. Utah had to make a decision quick. They didn't let it get to the point where, oh, this is going to be a problem. They was like, we got to move Rodney now. And they did. Wasn't that Rodney was bad. It's just that Donovan Mitchell was that good as a rookie who hadn't played an NBA game yet. The organization knew they had somebody special. Now, moving forward, what would be the reason or particular attitude that someone would have when it comes to dealing with a person who doesn't seem to get it? What would be the way you would deal with a person like that? What would be the reason that these situations happen? Is it that the Chicago Bulls are so much better than the New York Knicks? Nope. It's not the case. I put money on them to win because I know the Knicks were going to implode this season. You're either in or you're out.
Tell us, like, break it down for people.
You're either all in or all out. Oh, I loved everything about the altercation. Well, it was a box out situation. Anthony Davis is proven he's just not that guy. Everybody raved about Jordan and having Jordan. Man, Isaiah Stewart. Yep, here he comes. Look at Russ talking about, come on, come on. Russ ain't want that. Russ did not want that. LeBron was scared to death. LeBron was about to pee on himself when he saw Stewart come at him. I just wish Stewart would have just let one go. I'm like, right then and there, Isaiah Stewart should have said, man, look what you just did, man. You just elbowed me in that face. I'm up here bleeding like this. You threw this elbow deliberately, man. You just cut me. I'm a young player, man. Waka! Let it go. Right there. Just let it go. Now you've been taken to the 80s. You've been taken back to the 70s. Now let's see what LeBron got in him. Let's see if he got some dog in him. Man, if he'd have took off on him, man, I have my piston gear on right now, boy. Do I think it's hate? No. Listen. It's like this. Donovan Mitchell has been better than LeBron James since his rookie year. Big facts. Does anybody talk about it? But I guarantee you right now, if I ask you who could you have on your team, Donovan Mitchell or LeBron James, who would you choose? That's a no-brainer. That's easy. Who would not want Donovan Mitchell on their team? Well, the thing that got me is when you see this go down right here, and they got face to face, and they had that conversation, you can see the cut over his eye, and it was already getting ready to start to bleed. Once that blood started coming down, he already angry, and Stewart is very strong. LeBron James is, man, it's an accident. I did not try to do that. It wasn't my intention. I would never try to hurt another human being. I'm more than an athlete. All right. Well, let me talk to him. Get off me. Here we come. Look at the head. Look, now that's a head coach. The head coach is out there trying to control his players. Because he just wants LeBron. LeBron went and hid all the way in the back. He wants none of the smoke. Soon as he saw Stewart was upset, LeBron went out of there. He wanted LeBron James. That's a man with passion. That's a man with a goal. That's a man that wants to get his hands on LeBron James, and you gotta atone for what you've done, LeBron. It's time to atone. Come on. Put that crown on and be King James. You're the king, right? See, the king sits up there on the top and let the lioness go out and do everything. But sometimes when there's war, that king got to come all the way down off that perch, come down on that land, and show why he's king of the jungle. Then he go back up there and chill. Then you got to come back down. Let people know why he's king of the jungle. All right. Victory cupcake. They wanted to throw LeBron out to make sure LeBron was safe. Because this man had nothing but very, very serious intent of getting his hands about on LeBron James' neck. You said, I wish this was a stream, y'all. Oh, don't worry. I would have did a stream yard tonight. We might do it tomorrow. But I wasn't at home. The Dolphins-Jets game pissed me off. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I'm gonna watch LeBron James get pummeled. Trade Randall, Barrett, and Kimber. Ooh, that's a bold statement. I don't think you trade all of them. I think you need more movement on the basketball end. I think you need to implement more of the younger players in there. Kemba Walker's not helping your team. I would love to see Maxey there. Now Maxey would be great for the Knicks. Oh my God, that would be a perfect fit. A young player with that kind of energy. The Knicks play a very reserved 2002 style of basketball. There's nothing really exciting about them. They don't have that energy. They play flat. Somebody said Maxey ain't going nowhere. Look at Isaiah Stewart. They was like, we got it, son. Just calm down. Fogel's out there with the head coach. Both trying to calm him down. Look at the head coach. I know, I'm in. Oh, he broke loose and tried to get to AD. Oh, did that just happen? Did he break loose and try to get his hands on AD? Did AD try to get a brain and get tough? Well, I mean, this is the part that made it interesting. LeBron threw the elbow. And once he threw the elbow, that's when it was up. You whacked him in the face with an elbow. Now LeBron worried about his arm. Like, man. Ooh, man, I hit him pretty good. Ooh. He came up on you right away. Look at DeAndre Jordan. Oh, no, he touched LeBron. Let me get over that quick. Now, here come Westbrook. LeBron is already out of the picture. LeBron is already out the picture. That's what's so crazy about it. LeBron is already out the picture. Nobody reacted yet. Until now. Like, you hit me with an elbow, man, on purpose. Look, LeBron was in there, right? Until he shoved his head coach and start busting through that line. Get off me. Ugh. Once he shoved his head coach and start coming towards LeBron, LeBron just fades away. Fade away. With me away. I am fit to fade away. Look at that. He saw that energy. I don't want none of that. Scareman Braun. Scareman Braun. Scareman Braun. Watch, my man finna disappear. He see that man coming towards him and ripping through people. Oh, LeBron is gone. Look, he's right there. Look, he getting further and further away. It's 20 people holding him back. LeBron is going further and further away. I want no parts of this. I want out. He trying to he going this way to get to LeBron now. When do they play the Pistons again? Woo, baby, I'm circling that date. I might have to fly out and get me a ticket. The Stewart revenge game. Look, he trying to get over there to him. Yo, you got to atone, LeBron. Look at Fogel. No, stop. I'm already getting fired. Look at the refs. Stop. I'm Scott Foster, baby. I fix the games. That's what I do. You're messing my game up. LeBron hit me in my face, man, with a bow. He won it. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's up. Now here's his former teammate, Ellington. Like, he trying to go talk to his friend. Like, that's my guy. Like, why we gave him Ellington, I'll never understand. Why is the referee grabbing LeBron James? LeBron James has not shown any energy whatsoever that he wants to be involved in anything. None. Referee, is you okay, LeBron? Why are you catering to him? That's not the guy you need to be concerned about. And while he on the court, here he come. He broke loose. And he wants LeBron James and will not be denied. That is a man with purpose and a mission. You drew blood, LeBron. You gotta atone. You got to atone. This is why they had to get LeBron off their court. If LeBron James would have stayed on that court tonight, they had to get LeBron to a secure location with armed forces to protect them, because he was going to run back on that court and grab LeBron James. That man was going to take 20 game suspension. He didn't care. It was up. And you know how I feel about the situation. He's like, look what he did to me. I woke that mother. Woo, boy, he is incensed. Get off him. Everybody just move. 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 I'm good. Watch how he play it off. I'm good. It's over. It's over. I'm good. I'm good. It's over. All right, it's good. I'm good. What's going on? Yeah, everybody behind it. Okay, I'm going. Yeah, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm good. Everybody get off. Boom! And Russ see it out the corner of his eye. Russ just turned around. He think it's over. Russ sees it now. Oh, it ain't over. He just caught them with a sucker move. And he took off. Russ like, oh no. I thought y'all had this under control. I thought this was over. Russ, this is the look on your face when you know a situation is finna get way worse. And ain't nothing you can do about it. He like, oh man. Look at it. Look, now the fear. And like, oh my God. It's coming this way. Russ was the first one to see it. He like, oh my God. They don't have control of this man. Here he comes again. Boom! Like a freight train. He coming back. Huh! He gets past the first wave. Woo! He could have played for the damn Detroit Lions. Y'all should sign him up. Huh! Breaks loose again. Boom! Hits the assistant coach. Boom! Goes to the next level. They try to tackle him. He goes through the referees. He's on the Lakers side now. He wants LeBron James. And look who wants to get tough at the end of it. Look at this. Look at Russ. Russ gonna hide behind Jordan, and now he want to throw his fists up like he wants some action. Come on. Gonna call somebody out. Talking about come on. Stewart is ready for war. They lucky I wasn't there. I've been out there tackling everybody else trying to grab him. Get off of him. Get off of him. Leave him alone. Get off of him. Get him. They're gonna be, who is this guy? He's assisting Stewart. I'll be letting go. Let that man go. What you holding that man back for? He's there to do the Lord's work. I would have ran out there. Been removing his arms off of him, everything. Let him go. Me and Isaiah Stewart would be going 20 games. We'd be like, woo, yeah, we finna get blackballed like a mother. They threw LeBron out for his safety. LeBron was ejected for his safety and protection. You got to get out the city limits of Detroit. You ain't safe at the hotel. You ain't safe nowhere now. Woo, baby, bad boys. Shake it up, baby. That's what we do. That is what we do. We shake it up. Absolutely. Said he got stopped a yard from the goal line. Oh, I can't wait to see the suspensions. All the fines will be massive.
Stewart. There's been a flagrant foul penalty 2 resulting in ejection of LeBron James.
Yeah, they had to get LeBron out of there. They don't want no incidents in Detroit. He got to go. Yeah, instead of doing all them goofy handshakes, man, get your butt off the court. They don't want no altercation to where Detroit fans running on the court want to do a malice in the palace. The NBA Adam Silver slipper call right away. Oh my God, he's gonna hurt LeBron.
I got the first part. The most important thing is LeBron James has been ejected. It was a loose ball foul first, they say, on Isaiah Stewart, then the hostile act in the flagrant 2.
Rapping hood, rapping hood.
Yes, you went away, another achiever, but now you're coming back a true believer. Y'all spread the word around, he's rapping hood. Now they call him rapping hood, he's one of a kind when it comes to girls and rockin' rhymes. I let the boogie down the block, a brand new box, shiny new socks. I like that and that, I like that and that, I like that and that, y'all. It's in a rapping hood, a rapping hood, a rapping hood. Can you dig it? Come on, rapping hood, a rapping hood, a rapping hood. Listen to me, come on, come on, get on down, 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 get on down.
I'm rapping hood, rapping hood, rapping hood, rapping hood. That elbow was malicious, and it was vicious, and it was intentional, with the intent to harm and maim Isaiah Stewart. LeBron James should be pressed. They should file criminal charges on LeBron James. He could have injured that man and ruined that man's entire NBA career. The victim here is Isaiah Stewart. Oh, somebody took care of that troll. I was just about to do it. I'm like, somebody beat me to it. Mm-hmm. So now that we got this done, deuces.